Okay, we just finished the question 3. So this is part 2 of the employee salary challenge. We're going to move on to question 4. Create a list of employees with their starting salary and ending salary, and how many raises he or she has received since the initial salary. And we ended up with this query from question 3. So we just uh, built on top of it. So we almost got everything here. So we have the most recent salary rank here. But because we need the first salary, we need to get the rank, the order of the first one. So it's pretty simple. Everything's the same except for it's ascending, and we'll just rename this first. Okay. Now we no longer need average department salary. We need first and last salary. So we'll just call it first and last salary. Okay, and so this one we have the averages. We no longer need the averages. And so I'm just gonna do a little formatting here, make it a little easier to read. So this one gets the first salary, right? A. So I'm just gonna call the Z, and in a minute you'll see why. Join, and then same thing again, and we'll call this A. A meaning the first letter of the alphabet, right? Because here we're going to have the first salary rank. So we want to pick up the first one. We don't want the title, but we need the effective date and salary. We don't need the department ID. Z meaning is the last one, the most recent one. So here we can go, and the join condition here is A dot employee ID is Z dot employee ID. So we're going to make sure we qualify this. So this one, even though you don't need it here, but just for completeness, it's here. And so this, we don't need a department here. So what salary should this be? This should be the recent salary. We'll just call it recent effective date, and recent salary will be called current salary. And then we'll have A dot effective date, and that is first effective date, and A dot salary as initial salary. Right. And then here we can just go, let's see if this runs. Great. So Anna, recent effective date, most recent, this one. And the first one's still 3. Current salary is this. Initial salary is that. And we only have one row per person. Dave, financial analyst. Current salary is this. In 2022, salary is this. So we're almost there. We also need to know the number of counts in the salary table because it has all their salary history. So we will join again. I'll call this a C. Let's give you an alias, which is salary changes. Sometimes when you hear acronyms, aliases for your tables, it's good to put a little note there so you don't forget. And then we'll just count, right? And we'll call this a salary count. As you recall, the keyword as is optional. We can put it in group by 1. So then this becomes a kind of like a subquery for the main join. And so as join condition, we have to have z dot imp ID equals to sc dot imp ID. And what we're going to pick out of this subquery is sc dot salary count. Okay, so if we run this, we know that Anna had 2 salary initial and then subsequent change, and Rick has 3 rows in the salary table. Okay, but they want to know how many raises, so we have to -1, so it doesn't count the first one. So we can just go like this, just to be super verbose here. So name, title, effective date, current salary. Oops, effective date, and initial salary, and salary count -1 as number of raises. So if we go back, all right. So let's see. Yep. Jane, senior manager of engineering, was hired on this date. First salary is this date, hasn't changed, so no raises. Caleb, software engineer, had a salary of this much, 111,500 on May 15th, and 2024 at 1209 had 1. So 1 salary. So that answers question 4. Lastly, how many days have passed since their last salary change from today? Now, it's important to know there's 2 types of data types for dates. There is the one called date, and then there's the one called timestamp. Okay, just typing it there, just so you know. Timestamp is date, but with the hours, minutes, seconds. So this is a date. That means it doesn't have the hours, minutes, seconds, just the whole date. Makes it a little easier to work with. So all we have to do is this. Okay. We're just gonna put it all in here. Current date is a keyword. Current date means today. And so depending on the day that you run this, you're going to get slightly different answers than me. And then we can just go current recent effective date as days elapsed since last salary change. Right, super verbose there. No confusion what that means. So you can see that Anna, since her last change in salary, it's been 170 days as of today, right? And Rick, the account manager, hasn't had a salary change for 553 days, and so on. And so date is very easy to work with. Timestamp is a little bit more difficult. There's a lot of definitions, a lot of functions to work with timestamp. You can check it out in the Postgres document. Well, thank you. The data and query statements can be found in the GitHub link below. And if you learned something and have enjoyed this video, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. It will help me out a lot. And if you have other interview questions you'd like me to answer, send them to me in the comments below. Thank you.